This is the audience for my persuasive speech. Hi, my name is Devon Joyner, and I'm a Communications 101 student at Liberty University Online. Taking an innocent life is often frowned upon, whether it's accidental or cold-blooded slaying in front of many. Abortion is not a victimless crime. It's a crime that takes an innocent life, and it occurs every day in the U.S. As a teen, I became very rebellious, looking for attention from others that I was not receiving from my parents. This lifestyle led me to become pregnant at the age of 16. I was then faced with the decision on whether or not to keep the already thriving human being inside of me or to abort. After doing extensive research and seeking spiritual guidance, I decided to continue my pregnancy and embrace the new life that God had given me. I've come to you tonight to talk about abortion being a common problem in the United States and how it can have detrimental effects on our society, and that God calls His people to counter this problem by standing up for human life. In this speech, I will be discussing the problem of abortion in the United States. I will first share the statistics of who receives abortions in America. Next, I will talk about these procedures being conducted. Then, I will talk about the decision of Roe versus Wade, following the amount of taxpayer dollars that go into programs like Planned Parenthood Federation of America that conducts many of these procedures. Finally, I will discuss a solution to this problem of abortion through understanding that God values human life and proposing something that you can do to stand up for the promotion of human life. According to Guttmacher Institute, each year, 2% of women 15 to 44 have abortions. And at least half of those have had a previous abortion. Let's break down this group a little further. 18% of those who have abortions are teenagers. Teenagers ages 18 to 19 obtain 11% of abortions. Teenagers ages 15 to 17 obtain 6% of abortions. And teenagers younger than the age of 15 obtain 0.4% of abortions. These statistics show that there are children in the United States that take the lives of other children. Let's look at how some of these procedures are performed. Abortions can be performed through disbursement of medication, also referred to as the RU-486 or the abortion pill, manual vacuum aspiration, which can happen as early as 3 to 12 weeks, aspiration and D&C used to terminate pregnancies up to 16 weeks, and D&E, dilation and evacuation, a surgical procedure used to terminate pregnancies after 16 weeks. Do you ever ask how there's such freedom in receiving these procedures? I will answer that for you. Which brings me to my next point, the decision of Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade was decided on January 22nd, 1973. It was a decision of the U.S. Supreme Court to declare abortions a constitutional right. Since then, 55 million precious lives have been taken in these past 40 years. This brings me to my next point. Planned Parenthood Federation of America, whose annual report in 2007 showed that they were responsible for 305,310 abortions, receives government funding. According to the Family Research Council, in 1994, the PPFA received $160 million in state and federal tax dollars. By 2010, government funding for Planned Parenthood Federation of America tripled to $487 million. This brings me to my final and most important point. Proverbs chapter 6, verse 17 states that there are 6 things that the Lord detests. 7 that are an abomination: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. As Christians, we must be sure to preserve human life that God has entrusted to us. In knowing this, we must take a stand to protect the innocent with every ounce of our being. Your local Planned Parenthood Federation of America receives federal, state, and/or local government funding. I propose you gather information on your local Planned Parenthood and affiliate, or look up tax forms, which are public information, to find out where the money is going, where it comes from, and how they're investing it, etc. This brings me to my conclusion. We see that in America, abortions are problematic. If we fail to take a stand, many innocent lives will be lost. This problem exists largely because people will not do the research and take action on this subject. To solve this problem, we need to understand our duty given to us by the Lord to preserve human life. Before you leave here tonight, I ask you to do your part to fight for the preservation of human life. Go out and do the research and find out where the tax dollars are going for organizations such as Planned Parenthood Federation of America, and find out what God values in life. And please take a stand. Thank you.